Hey guys, it's Tommy CM. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Park Spotlight. Now, very special spotlight ahead. We have not one but two special guests on the video. First of all, we have Matty. Say hello, Matty.
Hello!
How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. I'm extremely excited to get into this park.
Yeah, definitely. It's certainly a very detailed part. We'll come on to what it is just shortly. And the second guest is Michael from M&J Games. How are you doing, Michael?
I'm doing good, Tommy. How are you? How are you doing, man?
Very good, thank you. So today's park that we're going to be looking at is called Taron Recreation by NH99_SVW, who is one of the best builders on PlayStation. You'll see a lot of his creations on the front of the workshop now that it actually updates. And the description he's put for this park says, "My sixth park is a recreation of Klugheim at Phantasialand, including the coasters Taran, an Intamin multi-launch coaster, and Reich, a Vekoma family boomerang. Just like in real life, this area is pretty small but filled with lots of detail. I tried to build this as close to the real thing as possible and would say it's about 95% accurate. Open park at risk, guests will get stuck in the tight paths. This park is best viewed at daytime, but also can be viewed at night. Have fun." So, yeah, Matty, what are your thoughts initially looking at this as an overview?
Well, all three of us are very familiar with NH99 as a creator, and I think collectively, between the three of us, we can all agree that he is arguably the most talented creator currently on the PlayStation. So, I mean, whilst from the certainly above it may look a bit confusing right now, I know for a fact that as soon as we get into this, we are just going to be absolutely mind blown at the detail that he's gone into. So I just can't wait.
Yeah, definitely. Michael, what about you?
Yeah, I agree. I've been on record saying this multiple times, but to me, I look at NH99 as like the silverette on console, where it's like the stuff that he does is just like it's just mind blowing, and the attention to detail is second to none. So I'm just really excited to kind of see the intricacy of what he built here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, without further ado, let's jump in. Right, so we have a set of instructions which say, "Welcome, Taron Recreation." I always say recreation when I see it like that, but it's recreation. By NH99. Enter the park at one of the 5 arrows leading into the park. Set time to 10 AM when face this direction, and 2 when face this direction for optimal lighting results. Enjoy. So we are set at 10 AM facing this way. Now, I think we decided beforehand we're going to use Plipcam mode to go into this. So let's just change the janitor's name. There we go. Right, Michael, which arrow do you want, left or right?
Well, you always go left, so let's go right this time. Switch things up a little bit.
Right, we'll go down here. Apologies if my camera gets a little bit shaky. I don't use Plipcam mode that much myself, so it does get a little bit...
All right, we got to stop this right now, as we already see some undecorated bathrooms.
Yeah.
This is disgusting. I can't believe this.
Shocking.
Like, what is NH doing, man?
Terrible.
We've literally all just sat here and said he's one of the best creators on the console, and then we're just greeted by this substandard, unfinished building. It's just... Can we end the spotlight now, please? I'm off. I've had enough of this.
Yeah, I'm not wasting my time looking at this.
Gosh, right. I love that door.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna be saying this a lot throughout the tour.
I think we're gonna run out of positive words, aren't we? Come the end of the spotlight.
Yeah, it's the detail in it. I mean, there's only 2 rides, but it's the sheer detail that he goes to. So, River Quest. I'm presuming that goes into like a water ride. Is that? Yeah, I mean, there's a boat there, so presumably that goes to a water ride. And I've never been to Phantasialand in Germany. I would like to, but I've never been yet. So
just the amount of beams and trimming.
Yeah.
Just, it's absolutely insane. The amount of custom stuff that you can see everywhere. And this is mental. you could spend like an hour just panning around in this one spot alone, just looking at all the detailing that he's put in.
Yeah, I love the fact you can like walk up to to this wall, because this is what people do. They'd come up to the wall to watch the coaster come flying by, and just like that, for example. And it's that sort
timing,
of.
Tommy. Well done.
Yeah, that's it. It definitely wasn't planned.
It's almost like you all planned that in advance.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just like everything is built for. I mean, that's why he's got the archer at the front. He's moved that around to make sure that the pieces fit for for Plipcam mode, I think.
Did y'all notice that custom walkway down there, or was that part of the queue?
Which,
if you look down to the right, look down to the, or I guess the other side.
Or down
the
here.
other side of the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Either way, it was.
Yeah, I think that's part of the queue there, because that's the queue for Reich.
Okay.
Looking at that sign, so we'll have a tour, then we'll go on Reich, and then we'll go on Taran. And but yeah, it's just as we say, we're gonna run out of words, and we're just gonna be repeating the same the same positives. And it's that small, but I reckon I could still get lost in here. I don't even know which way to go.
It's just so intricate, isn't it? Like, so meticulously done. Like, every single piece has been placed with purpose.
Yeah.
There is nothing that hasn't been placed with intentional in mind. And it's just sensational, his level of detail and creativity and dedication to put into a park such as this.
Yeah. Does anybody speak German? Do we know what Kornmuller is? Or Kornmuller?
I know Korn's a heavy metal band.
Oh. And I know that Muller is a yogurt in the UK at least, so it could be
it's a heavy metal yogurt.
There we go. Probably that.
I mean, look at that entrance.
What?
Oh, that's insane.
Wow.
What's he used for?
Is that coal? Is it?
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Pieces?
It's got to be with how small they are. That. Yeah, and then he's just got the hangers there to make the tea. That is, yeah, that's ridiculous.
10% just on the font for Taran alone.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So we've got so that's the entrance to Taran. So we've seen the two entrances, but we'll continue having a look round and then go back to them. Crepes. Oh, Kornmuller's crepes. There we are. Look, that's what Kornmuller is. There. Crepes
nice little custom shop as well. I like that. It's obviously not a functioning shop, so it's like one that he's built himself. And the fact that he's put another actual proper shop next to it as well.
Yeah.
So to make it even better, so people are going to come over in this direction as well.
Yeah. Well, he said that the guests get stuck, don't they, on the paths? That's the only. I imagine working with the paths around here would have been an absolute nightmare.
Oh, I can't even begin to imagine.
I love that little detail of having the kind of window that closes down.
Yeah,
so you can close it down at the end of the night.
Yeah, I was about to say that it's like hydraulics, isn't it? The way
I wondered what you were on about. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'd never even noticed it. Never even seen that.
That's how perfect it was,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, really, really nice detail that. And even just like I mean, what are these? Are these like are they like curtains or rags or something hanging off of there? I don't know, but it's
something like that.
Really, just like just the sheer level of detail is just ridiculous.
Do you know what vibes I'm kind of getting from this? It's almost like a town or a city from Skyrim, or something like that. It very much almost feels like. Do you remember the first town in Skyrim? I can't remember for the life of me what it's called, but I'm kind of like almost getting vibes of that from it.
I'll be honest, I never played Skyrim, so I'm out on this conversation. Over to you, Michael.
I played it once and honestly did not like it. So, but I mean, I see what you mean. I just don't. I'm just not a big medieval person, so like I never got into Lord of the Rings, and that stuff just doesn't really interest me. So
M&J Games is also a YouTuber. They've now just lost about half their subscribers with 2 comments. He doesn't like Skyrim. He doesn't like Lord of the Rings. Honestly, what's the matter with you?
I'm going to keep quiet.
I know you like Harry Potter, so I'm sure you've got brownie points.
I can do Harry Potter, but I can't do Lord of the Rings. Anyway, we'll move on. We'll go down here.
Guys, what am I working with?
It's just like
a little electric box.
Yeah. It's a little.
Well, you're outnumbered here, so really, it's what are we working with, right, Tommy?
Yeah, exactly. And I've just got stuck on flipcam mode. No.
The worst.
Right. Okay. Back out we go. We were.
Can you remember where we were?
Yeah.
Oh, that was quite good.
Here we are.
That was very nicely done.
That's a good guess, and we'll change Lacey to flipcam. There we go. That's the. I wish that wouldn't be a thing in flipcam, but there we go. Right. So over here we've got a tavern, which I'm presuming is like a restaurant. But so in his other parks, like in is in Frontierland, wasn't it, where he'd built that big indoor restaurant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But in this one, I think it is just the two rides, as far as I'm aware. Again,
I wish he would buy a PS5.
He's got one. He's got one.
Oh, he's got one now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got one. Yeah,
he's got one. He got one towards the end of building this. So I'm sure his next build will be a lot bigger.
Oh, can you imagine? I mean, of course, this is a PS4 park as well. So if anyone that is unaware, this is built on a PS4.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's 72% showing up on mine, so it may be on there if he's used the glitch. I don't know. It's showing up 72%, so he may have.
Right.
He may have like switched it over so he could finish it off. But yeah, I mean, so this is the start of playing the game of how many beams has he placed in this park. You can see just here the amount that have gone down. But if anyone's ever seen
count them.
what we can do, I mean, we could do that as a charity live stream to sit and count individually each beam. I reckon that would be a good fundraiser and really boring video that we could do. But
what if somebody puts you off halfway through? You're not going to be able to read the comments as you go, are you?
No.
It's like people are trying to talk to you. It's like, I'm not being ignorant. I'm counting here.
Yeah. but no, yeah. I mean that is if anyone's never seen Taran, this is the sort of style of the whole area. Then you can see all these beams here. When I saw that he was going to recreate this was the one thing I was looking forward to seeing, and he's certainly not done he's not like got bored and done like a half-hearted job. It really is complete with an insane number. Go down here. That's a little
So I was
waterfall.
having a conversation with somebody a couple of days ago, and they were saying, obviously, Matty, you're doing YouTube and you're doing Planet Coaster. How do you see this going longevity? It's like, how can you kind of like justify keep doing Planet Coaster long term? And I said to them, it's like, well, this game is 5 years old, and look at the lifespan it's got. You're still seeing people create these amazing original things. Now,
Yeah.
of course, obviously, as console players, we are relatively new to the whole Planet Coaster scene, like only about 18 months in. But despite that, we're still seeing things that are completely unique and original. I mean, have you guys ever seen anything like this before? Ever?
No, that's amazing.
It's crazy, and like kind of that is why. I mean, we could be here in 5 years' time, all three of us still on our YouTube journeys, respectively, doing Planet Coaster because of people like NH99, like creating these amazing things that we've never seen before.
Oh my gosh, we got a little.
I was going to say,
walkway.
oh wow, blimey, I'm going to get lost going through here. I'm really scared about going through a wall and getting stuck again. But
Yeah. Well, and like you were saying, Matty, is like, you know, if you look at what PC's done, right? Like you said, they have it 5 years, have had it 5 years, but it's like whenever you play, that's what I think is so great about this game is every time you build a park, you can build it differently. So it's not necessarily a repetitive game in a sense of having to do the same thing over and over. Like you build different coasters, have a different layout, go for different theming. So to me, it's one that really, as long as you have the drive to create theme parks, doesn't really get old, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
that's it, and it works well for this because, like, you know, sometimes, like for me, after I built my first couple of parks, my imagination dried up, so I went on to do a recreation. And that's why I've started doing Alton Towers, because it didn't need me to do the I didn't need to think up what I wanted to do. I just needed to think how I was going to do it. And obviously that's similar with NH99 here in terms of his recreation. I mean, a lot of people obviously recreate the coasters. And I was just going to say a lot of people do recreate coasters, but the level of detail on this recreation is just like 1,000% higher on the level that he's gone into, for sure.
It's a whole new level. Now, I was just going to say, anyone who isn't familiar with Tommy's Alton Towers recreation, then please go and check that out, because his recreation of Alton Towers is just one of the best I have ever seen. Not only on console, but on Planet Coaster as a whole. I've seen some recreations on PC, and Tommy's is right up there with them as one of the best recreations I've seen. So make sure and go and check out that series, because he really is doing an amazing job.
Thank you very much.
Totally agree.
Thank you very much, guys. I'll pay both the £10 later on for saying that.
Mate, we agreed on 20.
Yeah, £10 each. Right.
Oh, come on.
Right. So Klugheim is the name of this whole area. So this is, I think we're getting towards another sort of entrance down here now. I mean, I don't want to skip past all these beams too much, because I appreciate the effort and time he's put into placing all of them. But I'm sure you can. I'll tell you what. I'll try, and if anyone wants to take a guess in the comments how close or how many he's put in, I'll try and work it out at some point and see who can get the closest.
I mean, one thing, from the aerial view that we had of the park originally, you'd be remiss in dismissing this park, because it doesn't look anything special from above. It's not your stereotypical park from an aerial point of view that is going to look amazing. It is very much a park that you need to come in and experience.
Yeah.
But some of the sight lines of this park, as you've been walking around, Tommy, are arguably some of the best sight lines I have seen in a park that any of us have ever spotlighted. They're just incredible, just because of the amount of detail that it's gone into.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I keep coming up to these walls and just kind of like taking a look over as if I was a guest in the park, because, like I said, I mean, I'm sure people who have been on Taron before will absolutely love this, and those who haven't, this is probably as close as you're going to get in terms of in a video game. But I love the fact that I can just kind of come up to these walls and look over as if I was a guest. That he's, everything is built to the guest size.
I love the amount of different custom fences too. Like, you got some with rope, you got some with the cables, you got some with the post right there. I mean, that's one thing I really enjoyed doing. So I love the one over there with the rope, because I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna steal that idea. And then also it looks like most of the coaster, if not the whole coaster, is custom supported. So that's pretty. To me, that looks custom supported. I could be wrong, but
I think you're right.
Yeah. Looking at the joints on the track there, I think, yeah.
And the directions to which they're going, he's trying to make that as realistic as possible, which is just insane.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And there's a nice little green wall here.
How long has NH been working on this park? It's a couple of months, isn't it?
Well,
3 months he's been working on it.
I'll just come back out of Plip Cam just to show you in the bottom right corner there. He's on year 178 for a park that is that size, and that shows you the time he spent putting the detail in.
How many piece count is this, Tommy? Out of curiosity, the whole park. Because that's oh my day. This is PS4 as well, we think. 43,000 pieces.
Yeah. 43,000 pieces in a park that's that small.
Do you want to put that into a relative size? So Michael and Web Gaming's park, Avery Forest, I believe that was about 42,000.
Yep.
Wow.
And that was an entire map. That was a mega park. And that was only about 42,000 pieces. So, yeah, I think that's just a testament to how impressive this is.
Yeah, that is that's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I was expecting, I was expecting like 25, 30, but I wasn't expecting to hit 43,000.
Eden Gardens was only 32,000.
Wow, and that was on the PS5 as well, wasn't it?
That was PS5, 100%.
Yeah.
Took up the majority of the map.
Wow. That's ridiculous. I love how close you can get to this.
What is he going to create on a PS5?
No idea.
Now he's got a PS5. What is he going to do? It's going to take him 6 months to create something.
Yeah. No, for sure. I can't go down that path in Plipcam mode. I'm now in a station. Plipcam mode's broken on me. I'm just running along the track there. So what I think we'll do, because I think we've kind of wandered down most of the paths. I think around here we've had a look round. We'll go and hop on.
Tommy, would you mind if we just go and have one little look at an area of a park? Because I don't think it's an actual official queue line. So that top left corner
over here,
there. Yeah. I don't believe this is an official queue, so I'd just like to have a look around this. Because, that just looks fantastic as well. So it looks like it would have been a ride that he hasn't actually put into the park. So just like behind this fence here.
Yeah. There's some gates there, isn't there? I love that queue line fencing. I love that. That's proper theme park style fencing.
Park.
No.
And it's funny because we missed that when we were on Plipcam before. Oh my gosh, where does this go?
So that. I mean, I'm having.
Can you turn around for a second, Tommy?
I'm having to do Plipcam myself here.
Because I'm trying to see how he made stairs out of those pieces. Like that's the
It's just bases stacked.
Oh, never mind. I was thinking it was that piece that came in the haunted pack that's got kind of the rounded base.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize those were actual. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing this is actually part of the extended queue. Like in theory, if it's really busy, they open that part up and the queue kind of goes that way.
Yeah. Because there's the fast pass entrance there.
Oh my gosh.
So I think we're on the
insane.
Right. I'll try and go back out this way.
I think we can definitively say, like, we've seen creators make extended queues before. Like I know Nerd Chacho does that a lot. But like we've never seen an extended queue like this.
No.
Like that actually takes you away from everything else.
Yeah.
That if you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't be able to see it. Just insane.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Now, this is the first time. Sorry, Tommy, go on.
No, go on.
I'm saying this is the first time I've experienced this park because I know that NH did actually upload this to the workshop a couple of weeks ago, and he was really eager to hear our feedbacks. But I haven't actually. I downloaded it, but I haven't opened it because I knew that the three of us were doing the spotlight together. So I've intentionally, and it's been really, really hard fighting the urge to have a look at it. But this is all completely new to me. I haven't looked at this in any way, shape, or form except for screenshots that he put in the Planco party group that we've got.
Yeah.
So all of this is completely new, and it was 100% worth the wait. It was truly worth the wait because I can't believe what we're looking at, if I'm honest. This is, once again, he surpassed himself again.
Yeah. No, the level of detail, and this also shows you how you have to look at things in a different view. It's like when I've done POVs on coasters before, I look at them afterwards in a third-person point of view because you get a completely different look as to how the coaster goes. Sometimes the POV seems a bit like rough, but then you watch it afterwards and it looks smooth. So, but this really shows you what Plipcam mode can do. The other thing I was going to say was in his in one of his first parks in Alpen Park. I know on that one he'd built a lot of like access maintenance paths for the coaster, and I love the fact he's got like these little side paths and doors and etc. Going down, just like that, just that little bit of wall there to hide that away. It's just little little paths, little details like that. I don't know where I go around here.
He did the same in Planco Frontierland as well, didn't he, for his Matty train? It just got like numerous emergency exit points throughout the ride as well.
Yeah. Right, let's go on. Reich. I'm assuming it's Reich. Anyway, love this guy's beard. I mean, the hair and the beard don't match, but yeah. 1.2 meters. Now, bearing in mind I'm not in Plipcam mode here. This is just me doing the camera work. So apologies if I start walking through walls.
It's very impressive. You're doing a good job.
Look at that fencing.
I know. You see, I find working this close up to pieces, I find it really difficult to place pieces like perfectly when I'm this tight in a, building on paths like that.
And doing something like that is extremely difficult because I did a little bit of that in the most recent park. Like, you've got to have it leaning at the correct angle to get it perfect like that.
Yeah.
Just to rotate all of those pieces that way is just ridiculous.
Yeah, and then he's got these. Is that a fence or are they wooden plank? Yeah, that's a fence piece.
No, it's one of the fences from Endgame.
Yeah. Down here. I mean, I don't know what that is, but okay.
I believe it's one of the things that don't you kind of like push it and it's supposed to like kind of navigate like it's almost like a compass or something like that. I believe it's supposed to be like a pinpoint kind of thing, and it's supposed to like have a map underneath it, if I believe.
Fair enough. Oh, yeah, that's a new one to me. Wrong. I'd love to know what how he went about building this. Like, I know he built the coaster first and then built around it, but things like that. It's like, because this is built on different levels with the queue lines going down. At what point, does he build all the way across the map and then go up a level, sort of thing, or it's there's a few. I wouldn't know I wouldn't know where to start in building it.
NH is a creator that I would love to watch a Let's Play series on. I'd love for him to have his own YouTube channel. Even if he didn't talk, he wouldn't have to talk in it.
No.
Just even if he kind of just time-lapsed at ×4. Honestly, watching him build something like this in ×4 time-lapse, I'd watch the whole thing.
Now, I'm assuming that is rows 2 to 8 and row 1. So we'll go on row 1.
Real quick, speaking of time lapse, just to name drop real quick, everybody should watch Beneath's new series because now that he's on PC, the level of detail he builds with is insane. And so when you're talking about just seeing just a pure time lapse, that's what kind of reminded me of. Is kind of watching his most recent builds.
Yeah. I mean, he's a fantastic creator. Even when he was using console,
Agreed.
Some of his stuff, and I love one of my favourite ones of his was his River Rapids.
Yes.
Was where because he'd done like the turning circle for Auntie, and that was phenomenal.
Insane.
Is this coaster starting, or is it? Yeah, I think it's just about to start, isn't it? So, yeah, I mean, again, this doesn't feel like a Planet Coaster station. The way he's decorated the bars using this fence piece.
Good gosh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, hides that barrier that you get with it. I wish that's one thing I wish could be like customizable. Is I wish there was like a selection of whether you wanted metal bars or wood or concrete or something.
Yeah,
that'd be good. That'd be a good setting because sometimes if you're building like a wooden coaster and everywhere in the queue's wood, and then you get to the station and it's metal, it just doesn't look right. It's got the operators panel there. It's just brilliant. And then there's the cabin the other way. This guy looks very very depressed. To cheer up.
He's loving life, isn't he?
I know. Sat down here with no guests. Right, we'll hop on and we'll see what Reich is like. There we go. As thrilling as that. I mean, it is a family boomerang coaster. This is for families. But what did you think to that, Michael?
I'm just blown away by that tunnel that you go through. Just insane. If we could go look at that, because you got a mixture of beams and plus other pieces, and just how perfect that looks.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, that's insane.
The way that glides through there is ridiculous. What are these?
Is that beams? No, that's the temple columns.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But no, I completely agree. That tunnel's ridiculous. What did you think, Matty?
I don't even know how to form coherent words to express how good that was. Just amazing. Absolutely fantastic. Loved it. So is that Taran to our left then, is it?
Yeah. So Taran is the main coaster that's flying around here, and then this is just like the accompanying coaster, just this little boomerang there. But all of this track there is Taran.
Right, hey Tommy, can you do one more thing real quick? Can you turn to the building just to your right? Look at the front of that. I want to see every single one of those pieces if you turn right to the right.
Oh, over here?
No, sorry, the building. Go back. It was part of the building that we went through right there. Yeah. So that's individual beams for the entire building.
That's insane.
Yeah. There you go. See,
wooden trim.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Just the sheer time spent doing that is just mad. I'll tell you what I do like as well, and I know he's obviously recreating the coaster in real life, so technically he's probably not thought of it himself, but I love the way he's finished the boomerang coaster off here. Normally boomerang coasters just go like straight up, and they normally just like match the incline. I think that it just looks like a really nice layout as well, but that's just me because I've never been to Fantasialand, however you want to say it.
I don't feel like you need to anymore after watching this.
No. No. But everywhere in this area, and I'm sure we'll see it on Taron as well, is like full of near misses and head chopper elements, if you want to call them that. And as you say, I tell you what I feel like down here. In the Harry Potter film when when he's first trying to catch the snitch and he goes under the stadium with Draco. Yeah. I feel like I'm in that section. I feel like he should just be flying past on a broomstick trying to chase the snitch down there. But
that's a really good point.
Yeah.
One thing as well from me, if you wouldn't mind just looking down, Tommy.
Yep.
Now this is something that I always come back to, is just paint tool and foliage used everywhere as well. Like even in these little places, look at the side of there. You whiz past that so fast you would barely even notice that, but he's still taking the time to put some weeds there, some foliage there. He's still paint tooled around it, and it's just these little tiny things that just bring an entire park to life, and just goes back to the point that I am always making, that paint tool and foliage and rock work can make or break a park, because they just make it look so much more realistic. I mean, that looks real down there, because of what he's done, just using foliage, paint tool and rocks.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, if you click on all of these plants, then most of them, as you say, are underground, and it seems like if you start placing that down so that you've got like a couple of twigs sticking out the ground, it seems so little, but when there's a lot of it, it makes such a huge difference, like you say. And obviously in theme parks, areas always get run down and maintenance, doesn't get kept and stuff, so areas of parks do get run down like this, and that's what he's gone for, obviously. Right, so we'll go out the exit of here. I want to know what this is. What do you reckon that is?
No idea.
I'm sure he'll let us know when he sees the video, but like I say, I've got to get over to Fantasialand at some point. Right, so we've got the exit. Go out.
I believe that me, you and Michael have all said this in our own respective spotlights before, but I think this is one of them types of parks where it's really important that you guys go and download this parks for yourselves as well, because as in-depth as Tommy is trying to be, I think it's almost inevitable in a park such as this that something will get missed. It's just that type of park. It's almost impossible to look at everything because it's so detailed, and it's the type of park that you guys need to go and download and walk around yourself and experience for yourself, because it's all well and good watching a spotlight, but sometimes going into a park yourself and experiencing it yourself, it's just something else, isn't it? It really is.
Yeah, you can see it a lot better on your own game, playing it yourself and walking around yourself, than you can watching it on YouTube. Please do continue watching on YouTube. However, also go and watch it afterwards. So
I mean, you don't get, like, if you're walking around a park by yourself, you don't get our beautiful voices commentating it, do you?
No, unfortunately not.
We're like the Top Gear trio, the three of us.
I'm not going to suggest who's who on that. We'll let everyone else decide who's who. But right,
I think I'd be James May. I think you'd be James, not James, Richard, and I think Michael would be Jeremy Clarkson.
I don't know who that is, so.
We'll leave it at that. Right, we're at the entrance of Taran. So here we are. We've got 45-minute queue for normal queue and 10 for the single rider. But considering we're a threesome, we'll go down the normal entrance.
I was on that's so hypocritical. I was under strict instructions before we started the spotlight that I was not allowed to make that joke, and then Tommy just comes in and uses it anyway. Whatever, just carry on. I don't care.
That's why I was hanging around the entrance for ages while we were finishing off the conversation there. So yeah, I mean, I love these wooden beams here. This is a great start. I mean, what's the small beam? Is it? The ladders, aren't they?
I recognise it. It's the ladders. Yeah.
Wow. I thought they were wooden beams going across there. The way that it laid them out. That is.
See, I would never think to use the ladder piece for that.
No, not at all.
And also even to the extent, obviously he will have copied items across, but like how perfectly they're all spaced out. There's not one that's like slightly out of place. They're all evenly spaced out, and that's it's so in depth. Wow. Look at the supports here and the steel.
This is something else.
I mean, I can see why this is at 43,000 pieces now.
Yeah. This feels more like a PC park than a console park.
Yeah. No, absolutely. What?
Imagine what he would do on a PC.
I know. yeah. If he had that limit, that'd be ridiculous. So this is where the extra queue line was then. So what we saw earlier.
Okay.
So presumably they go on queue over there, and then they have somebody sort of letting the queue go across here, and then down and joining it here.
Okay,
That's
I thought the other walkway was for that,
crazy.
but that makes sense.
Yeah. So they do use that one, and then they will open the gates here, and open the gates there, and then they'll probably have somebody stood here and then letting people cross. If you get what I mean, when the queue's going down. So I'm presuming that's what it is anyway.
That makes sense.
I know they did that on. I know they do that on the Smile at Alton Towers when that's like on a really busy day. Well, they did when it first opened anyway. We've got another doorway up there. look at the ropes there.
I'm just speechless.
The amount of custom
same,
fencing is
Michael.
ridiculous.
Tell you what, Tommy, good luck getting a thumbnail for this.
I know.
Hundreds of places you can get one.
What I might do is I might just get a photo of the actual Taron ride and just use that and say, oh, look. Because nobody will be able to tell the difference.
No, not at all.
I feel as though I've been down and up on these stairs about 3 or 4 times in this queue.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
Just amazing.
Oh, here we go.
Incredible.
Row 1, row 2 to 8.
And I love how, kind of like on the previous one, he's got the extended queue for lane 1, just because that's so realistic, right? Everybody wants to ride front row.
Yeah.
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 Oh, gosh, that's just amazing.
Never seen anyone do that either. Certainly on console, at least. I've never
I've
done a
never seen it
spotlight
on
where
PC either.
anyone's really. Yeah, I've never seen it where people split off like the front row queues.
Yeah, I love these little doors. Are they doors? Presumably they slide
Look like
in
it.
into the doors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this this is so hectic in here. I mean, where do these stairs go? Does this go up to the operator's booth? Presumably that's where they do go.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
could
the
spend
amount
like
of
20
beams
minutes
here.
just in here. Sorry, Michael, go on.
No, I was just saying the amount of beams, like, and look at that. I think that's a hexagonal beam made out of beams.
Yeah. 224 objects just in that.
Or an octagonal, my bad. Oh my gosh.
That's yeah. It's a good job you're not a geometry
Crazy.
teacher, Michael, with you misnaming a shape like that.
I know, right? I just didn't count properly. So,
Right. Again, he's got that custom barrier fencing. So we've got the operator's booth here. She looks a lot happier than the other guy did. To be fair, I think probably because she's on the better ride out of the two.
so that's what I was gonna say. She's looking at Taran all day. The other guy's looking at a boomerang. So.
Back and forth, back and forth. I'm presuming that's like storage areas. Do you reckon they're like little?
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah. But yeah, right. We'll hop on. I mean, it's green stats across the board anyway, so not that. I mean, normally when you try and recreate something, you can never get the stats right, but it's green across the board anyway. So we'll get the right train, and we'll get going in a second. I didn't want to let this train go, which is why I paused it. But I don't know how long we have to sit here. Oh, maybe not. Let's go.
Not very.
Well, what did you think to that, Matty?
As we were actually going around the ride, I was actually sat here just shaking my head in disbelief of what I was looking at. I think it's quite safe to say that for a console ride, that is a bar that has just been set that is so high it's ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it, and probably quite easily the best actual ride experience on a console I've ever been on. It was just sensational, amazing, loved it.
What about you, Michael?
Yeah, I totally agree. He doesn't like using any in-game pieces though. If you notice, everything is custom. The catwalks, the tunnel down there by the launch pad. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I think maybe could have had like one more pass of smoothing in some areas, but overall, like the just the whole layout. I mean, I've seen a couple POVs, so I don't know how. I'm assuming this is pretty exact, but the head chopper moments are pretty incredible. And then I thought the second launch, where you're kind of in the ground like that, was
just
just a
down here.
really. It was like a really kind of cool and immersive kind of experience, you know.
Yeah. No, I love how as you say, how many head chopper elements there were in that, because every few seconds you were passing under something else, and I mean that is obviously the design of the ride in real life, but to replicate that so well is a talent in itself. But as you say, with the custom walkways along there, I think that's a really nice style. I've not seen someone use wooden walkways before. It's normally metal. I've had to do a few custom walkways, but that's just when I've had to. If I've tried to, I've done them on the Alton Tower series, is where I've gone to put the catwalk on, but it comes up on the opposite side on the launch. And it's but it's not. It's extra work, and some people might think, oh, why would you go to the effort of doing that when you could just turn that on and it does it for you? But you've got to appreciate the difference that makes to the ride.
100%.
But I've just got no words. Yeah.
Could we possibly go back to the first ride again? Because I have got a feeling we did not experience the first ride properly.
Right.
Because look. Right. Okay. I've got it. Right. So what I wasn't understanding was this bit here was the start. I wasn't getting that. I wasn't able to picture what this was. So as it came up that last bit, obviously the bit to the right, I wasn't understanding that was the starting bit.
Yeah.
So I was like, have we missed half of the ride? And I was like, I don't know why I couldn't place it. I know how a boomerang coaster works. I understand how they work. But I just couldn't place that left bit. When we went up the end, I wasn't placing that left bit of track, and I wasn't realising that was the start and the end. Okay, never mind, just carry on. Matty clearly showing he has no idea what he's talking about. I have spotlighted before, by the way.
NH, you should unsub from Matty because he clearly fell asleep at the beginning of that coaster.
Yeah,
clearly did.
Definitely.
Clearly did.
Your part
my
put him
god,
to
that
sleep.
was an amazing shot you just got, Tommy. How they both went past each other at the same time.
Well, they seemed to do that when we just went on Taron. We got quite close to the boomerang then, because that boomerang is like constantly going around this corner. So there's always at some element, there's always going to be like them crossing each other. So if I'm going to try and get a good photo of that, I'm going to have to wait for them to cross, I think, and try and get that. But no, yeah, I mean, what else could you say? Really, it is an absolutely ridiculously detailed build. As I say, you've got to ignore the outside, because he needed to do something for the backdrop to sort of get like the back of these beams, etc. And then around here there's some like water effects down here. So there is certain areas where like you just kind of got to either ignore, because obviously when you look at it like that, it doesn't look quite as impressive as being in Plipcam mode. But yeah, I mean, I think that is about it, unless you guys want to see any other area again, or...
Well, I've been looking forward to this all day. All day I've been looking forward to this, because I get to do it to both of you. Tommy, 3-word park review.
Michael, over to you while I think.
No, Tommy, you first.
Just typical NH99.
Oh.
There we go.
Michael,
Nice.
3-word park review.
Most detailed recreation.
Oh, wow. I tell you, Michael's getting so good at these 3-word park reviews now, I'm telling you. It's like straight off the bat with him. I would say NH... oh, my days, I hadn't even thought of one. NH smashes again.
There we go.
Yeah, this always happens. You ask the people who are on your spotlight with you, and then you stumble over yours.
Yeah.
I know. I'm terrible at it. I'm like awful. I can do the some says. I can do that all day. I can just keep coming up with different ones of that. But 3-word park reviews, can't do it.
You know what I wish we would have seen from NH while this was going is like, I mean, he sent us pictures of stuff from time to time, but it'd be really cool for him to have like taken like progress pictures and have them kind of going through, because I would just love to see, okay, I'm sure he built the coaster first and kind of how everything was designed throughout, because I can't even imagine how you complete something that's this congested but have it look natural and realistic. You know.
Yeah, I mean that's when that's what I was thinking earlier when I was when we're down in the queue lines. You think surely there must have been a point where he's kind of building within such a tight space, and does he do it on a whole level and then go up a level sort of thing? And I have no idea other than building the coaster first. No idea at what point he builds certain things. And that is the skill.
I wonder if if there was any point that he was like, I don't even know what to do anymore on this, because it's like there's so much detail that I feel like there had to be a point where it's just like, what am I doing? What did I get myself into?
I can just envisage him sitting in the corner, just rocking back and forth, crying, thinking, why did I start this? Why? Why? What possessed me to do this?
Just having nightmares about all these. I mean, look at these beams here. Look, because it's not like he's just copy and pasted like loads together. They're all at different angles. They're all, they're all randomly. I mean, I know they're part of a grouped items in the end there, but they are all individually leaned in, and that must have taken so long to do. I can't even begin to wonder, and I don't even want to know, because it would just put my patience to shame, I'm sure. But no,
I spent a week just doing beams.
Yeah, no, exactly. Right, well, I think that is about it. So thank you very much for joining me, Matty.
Thank you ever so much for having me. I've been looking forward to do a spotlight, all three of us, and to finally have all three of us together in one channel. And for what a park as well. What a park we've done for the first time, having all three of us together. It's just sensational, amazing, love it. Thank you ever so much, Tommy.
No, that's all right, and thank you.
Hey, Tommy.
Yeah, I was going to say thank you very much as well, Michael.
Before we go, because it was like shiny with the light, can we go look at the top of that station for Taran? Because that looks amazing with the netting and stuff there.
Oh, over here.
Oh yeah,
that window.
Wow.
Oh, it's like, is that like stained glass? Or not necessarily stained glass, but kind of the...
Oh, so you used the gems?
Yeah, gemstone.
Yeah. Literally just what I've done in a building that I've just done a couple of days ago is the same thing, using the gem.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Has he coloured them blue?
Yeah.
You might have to double click on it. Okay, yeah.
Right, okay. Just the effect that it gives. Right, I'm going to have to go back and recolour. Michael, I believe you've got the park at the moment, the collab park. Can you just change the gems to that colour, please? Because it gives a really good frosty effect. So if you wouldn't mind just doing that. Cheers, me dears.
I'm just going to flick to night time, because I've realised we've not looked at it at night. I mean,
oh my god,
look at that for lighting. It's so well done. It's not like overly bright in here. It's because some people just kind of spam the big floodlights and just like make areas just bright randomly. It's like really tactfully done. It just, yeah.
Wow.
Do you know what I'm doing when we finish the spotlight, guys?
What's that?
I'm going to go on my PlayStation and open up this park and go for a walk around myself and just spend an hour in this park just walking around going, ooh, wow.
You just want a fireworks show at the end of this, don't you? It's just like that'd just be the icing on the cake.
The epitome.
There. Yeah, but I'll leave it on this view. I think this is a nice little vantage point just here, just watching the trains go around. But yeah, thank you very much, Matty, again for joining, and thank you very much, Michael.
Of course, man. Thank you for having me.
Make sure, guys, you leave a like and subscribe, because the fact that Tommy hasn't got about 10,000 subscribers is an absolute joke. So make sure you go and subscribe, because he does amazing content.
And also make sure, if you haven't already, go and check out Matty and M&J Games' channels. Both really close to hitting that 1K mark. So yeah, definitely go and check them out. But yeah, other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next episode. Goodbye.
Bye.